Anyway, interesting. What else? Anything else from the NVIDIA stuff that was really interesting to you?
I think the last one was kind of a dollar announcement, but one that is very important from a practical IT perspective is that NVIDIA announced that it would open source its AI decision optimization engine, CuOPT, which is really honestly, it's a lot of math. We've all been doing decision optimization, but the idea that if we're working at quantitative workloads, but the idea of having an open source package that NVIDIA is supporting, and then that is also being worked on by the likes of FICO and IBM, companies that are already doing decision optimization, I think is an important one because it reduces the cost of decision optimization and of course drives more use for the GPUs. So I thought that was a smart move to make because it now open sources some capabilities that have traditionally been considered commercial and gives us some quantitative tools, more quantitative tools for NVIDIA to be able to play with.
Yeah, what I think is interesting, and again, what I think this makes a smart move for them is putting this out in the market, that it is important to recognize that this is not a set of sort of finished tools or algorithms. It is an optimization mechanism that basically sits below as this intermediary between the techniques that organizations like those are using to do this predictive sort of work around decision intelligence, and then accelerating it via the NVIDIA chips using this layer, right? And so it really is just about making them better, more efficient, more effective. And that, again, just super smart, right? They're not competing with any of these folks. They're not trying to boil that ocean and do all that work. They're simply providing this layer that makes their product more effective. By doing that, making these other products more effective. And it's like, well, that's just your classic win-win.
Yeah, so I feel like the big theme across these announcements to some extent is that although some critics said that the NVIDIA keynote and announcements weren't that great, and I know you weren't super excited about this, I do think that one of the important things is that NVIDIA is bringing in a couple of technologies that are 100xing the speed of what is available on an open source perspective or from a standard market perspective, and being able to say your decision optimization options that for open source are 100 times faster, or your networking equipment opportunities are and capabilities can go up 100x based on these new technologies we bring up, that is going to be meaningful for some niche cases in connecting the dots in AI.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. It's like I think there wasn't, we've had a lot of groundbreaking sort of stuff in past versions of this, and really throughout the whole year. That said, I think this is an example of this is where they earn their multiple, right? Because the trick, it's easy to drive a stock price or to get a market excitement with these big flashy announcements, but for an organization the size now of NVIDIA to execute over time, they have to be able to scale this. They have to be able to sustain it. And to me, that's what up and down the line, that's what these announcements were. This was about how do you execute, how do you sustain, how do you grow your partnership base, how do you make this more scalable, right? That's what all of these are about in various forms. And I think in that way, that's a sign of maturity. Again, I go back to, I think what they're demonstrated here is rock solid discipline, that they understand where they're going, they understand the things that are holding them back, they understand what they have to do to keep this engine running at full throttle, and I think they're executing on it. I think they if I'm a competitive chip maker, I'm going, oh crap, because they did not leave a whole lot of stones unturned in terms of opportunities to find some space. So no, I think not sexy, but extremely well executed.